Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unfuck the Internet. Today, I'm here with my co-host Ian and with Anna Castellanos. She has a very different background. She has worked in consulting, project management, and she's here today to talk with us about healthcare and AI. Thank you, Anna, for being here.
Hello, hola a todos. Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure's all ours. So, again, thank you for joining us, Anna. I guess the best way for us to start is, Anna, would you like to just mention briefly what the topic we're going to be talking about today is?
Yes, of course. We are talking about artificial intelligence in the healthcare sector, right?
Okay, yes.
Yes.
So I guess the best way of starting this is we're gonna talk a little bit about artificial intelligence at first, because everybody always says, "Oh my God, what is AI?" You know, everybody says AI, but then they don't really know what AI actually means. So, brief overview before we dive into it. Artificial intelligence is essentially an intelligence that is artificial or computer made. So think about like a Siri, a Google Smart advertiser. I don't know, maybe if your crock pot talks to you at night, you get advice from it. It's just anything that is computer generated, any kind of intelligence. So well, how do we start? Like, Anna, do you know of any examples of how we can talk about healthcare in the or artificial intelligence in the healthcare industry?
Yes, it's actually very wide topic. Probably we can start with the explosion of digitization that has increased the capacity to develop artificial intelligence in general
Okay.
in all fields, but in particular in the healthcare sector.
Okay.
And basically, we should consider that each person generates like a large amount of health data through their lives from very diverse sources, medical records or mobile applications, monitoring sensors, so all this information, this is called big data, is processed and it works to draw conclusions to resolve like complex healthcare problems.
Okay.
And
So it's similar to, say, IBM Watson analytics.
Yeah, and it allows more predictive and more personalized healthcare and more effective diagnosis and treatments that result in a more personalized, also precision medicine.
Okay.
And that's one of the main applications, actually, the precision medicine and the treatment design.
Okay.
That's very interesting as a topic, actually, because like all of this data conveys into like large amount of information that we can then use to, like predict diagnosis, just to get to know if somebody has cancer or like has many other diseases that people can have, and like what is impressive is that many applications that we have, like even on the iPhone, I don't know if you guys know, like there's an application that covers the health. It actually comes up, for example, like your steps and everything.
Oh, it's like a health tracker.
It actually is, because then you can count like the heart rate and like many other stuff. Like if you have a device such as like a smartwatch attached, then it can gather that kind of data. If you don't have it, then I don't think it does, like it kind of work without it. But like it counts up the steps and kind of like monitors your health in general. So like all of this data, I think like in that case, Apple might use it also like to predict, any kind of disease, or just use it as a database for data.
Interesting. I can even see it in some futures where Internet of Things gets come into play. Whereas, say if somebody has like a heart murmur. I don't know why I said heart murmur. Their heart gets out of sync sometimes. So maybe they have one of those electronic heartbeat monitors that now my name is blanking on me for that.
It's like a pacemaker, basically.
A pacemaker, yeah, essentially. Yeah. So it's tied into their chest. They have a health monitoring app on their phone, and it's tracking their health as they're walking around. And the device notices, hey, your heart rate has just increased. Let me go send you a little jolt in order to get your heart back into working order there. Or your heart rate is like out of sync. just because of whatever's going on. Maybe you suddenly get like a stressful circumstance. Health trackers can help save lives in the future.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is another very important application that is health monitoring, and it makes us also like more responsible actually, because we are aware of and we can control our health state anytime and anywhere. And probably I guess that we have a lot of different kind of devices right now. Probably those that you mentioned, the wrist wearables and the
smartwatches.
Yeah, exactly. Smartwatches are the most well known. Actually, I also have one, the Garmin one, it's really nice because you can it has a GPS, so you can see the whole tour when you go running or whatever, and you can also download the Spotify list to run with your music, and yeah, you can track almost everything. And there is also a shift now to not just these devices, but also to smart clothing. That is totally amazing. I was freaking out when I see, we are using tech integrated into clothing. There is something, I love it. I love it. And I have a very good example of that is...
Okay. Yes, because I was excited before we were going to talk about this today, because I'm like, smart clothing, what is that? Is it like saying that somebody's wearing like a nice suit? It's like, damn, he's wearing something smart today. No, but when we say smart clothing, what exactly are we entailing in that point?
Yes, is when you are including or integrating technology in your clothing in order to get information about your health condition also. So you can track your heartbeat or your movement, and you can, for instance, I was reading about smart yoga pants. This is a very, very nice example because, they are called Nadi X. And depending on your pose, if you are not in a good pose when you are practicing your yoga, then there is the vibration. So you can refine your pose and adjust it.
Like basically they work as a trainer. You're not you're basically like practicing on your own, and those pants are your trainer for
yeah,
nice posture, like don't do like weird movements and everything.
Just be glad it's like a vibration and it's not like an electric shock or something.
I don't know exactly what is it. What kind of feeling or sensation you can have with those pants, but the idea itself, I think, is very interesting. Yeah,
it seems oh my god, I can just even imagine clothes that because that's similar to how animators are transitioning now to motion capture. If you have, say, professional athletes using motion capture suits and they track how they're specifically supposed to do a workout, right? So they go through the exact workout. It's like, this is how you do a bench press correctly. This is how you run correctly. This is how you, do jumping jacks correctly. And then your smart suits will say, okay, you're not correctly going to it, you're not correctly matching it, and it'll give you suggestions about how you can actually get into the proper stances.
Because you're trying to reproduce human movements, and to do so in these animations, you have to train them with this clothing. Understand. The point is like the different kind of applications of it. I mean, you can use it for all those purposes. For correcting movements in general, is like that, right? It's like if you want to make progress in your dancing or in your, some specific fitness or workout exercise, that you have to do it properly, or yoga, as we explained before. They correct it. I love that a personal coach.
You know what also just came into my mind? So I
That's a
basically
shame.
used to have one, and I mean I
Okay.
still have it, but I don't wear it anymore. And
Oh.
it was a Mi Fit, something like this from Xiaomi, and I used that to track my sleeping schedule.
Oh.
Because I
Okay.
remember that like time ago I was not really sleeping that much, and I was like having problems getting like insomnia and everything. So I was tracking that, and like basically it tracks down when you have like light sleep or you actually fell down into a deep sleep, and it
How does it
divides them.
know?
I think it does it from the heart rate or something like this, because actually like there is a
Okay.
sensor like right behind, there is a sensor that just touches up your veins, and it's supposed to track your heart rate. So I think that
Oh.
it's all based on that, and they know that
Okay.
it's like your like sleep time, because of course like your heart rate is not going that fast and you're like relaxed, but still I mean in some like areas of your sleep might not be that relaxed because of your light sleep or whatever. It used to be so uncomfortable sleeping with that. It was so
maybe it's
much.
maybe it's like a placebo. Maybe it's like it's training you to get stressed from wearing it, so that way when you take it off, you feel more relaxed. So then where you sleep better.
Mm, I don't know. I didn't think about it in that way.
Yeah, I think in the field of healthcare, basically artificial intelligence consists of the application of algorithms and techniques to try to imitate the faculties of human intelligence, as Ian explained before, and that enables also to draw conclusions for the resolution of complex healthcare problems, and as I mentioned, it has like a very varied applications, from diagnosis to improvement of the treatments, and there are several examples actually. For instance, Japanese researchers found that artificial intelligence can detect, for instance, colorectal cancer in early stages with almost 90% of accuracy. And also this algorithm learned from thousands of pictures, so it can detect the disease in less than a second. So we have several examples yeah.
I've been reading that like recently, Cambridge University, they were making like a study where it was very easy for them like diagnosis dementia after just one single brain scan. So basically like for them, that
Oh
was
no shit.
like that is everything. They studied all the data before, like they scanned so many brain, and then they found out that like spotting dementia is actually not that hard. Like you can do it with one single brain scan, and AI does it for you like very fast. Then you only have to like check it of course again, because like anywhere there is a diagnosis, like humans have to like confirm that somehow.
Yes.
Just like review what AI did it before. So in general, I think that AI should have like a preliminary scan over the illness or diagnosis or like whatever they actually trying to find out, and then like humans, which are the only one who right now have a well functional brain, they then should review that and confirm or like deny that, because of course like AI might be wrong. Like the AI is based on a data set, and if the data set is incorrect, then the diagnosis is incorrect. The illness which is reported is incorrect. So Anna, you said that basically like the diagnoses are fed by a database, but what if the database is actually filled with incorrect information? Or what if it's actually what if it's been hacked by someone, and then like this person or these systems or this group of people actually want to put like wrong information into the database, and then like ruin your diagnosis or just hijack like your system?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the biggest concerns, I think, nowadays. Actually, there have been recent health data leaks where hundreds of thousands of records have been stolen. For instance, last year, health records were hacked from a mental health center in Finland, and hackers tried to extort patients after the data breach. And this is not an isolated case. I mean, breach figures have soared in recent years, especially during the pandemic with the increase of digitalization. So I think nowadays healthcare providers are trying to integrate cybersecurity strategies for controlling healthcare technologies. And it's actually a current need we have to update also international medical technology standards and and regulations.
Actually, there's one very recent example that I can bring to this topic. Is actually happened in Italy, in my region, the region where I'm from, which is Lazio. So basically we handle vaccination through a portal, or like portal on a website basically. And this has been hacked by hackers, and they ask for Bitcoin as return to basically make the portal, the website work again. And people for like 1 week couldn't book any COVID vaccination for them. Like it was completely blocked. And also like its website, there were some sensitive information about the people, such as like the where I don't know if this actually you have it like in your country, but it's basically like the medical code, like one medical code which acts as a like identification code for all of your data online. And then of course like your information about your date of birth and many other things about you, like your email, mobile number, and like many other stuff. Eventually, as far as I know, like the attack was stopped and the website started actually working again. But it really took a while to Italy to get it back, like to my region to get it back, of course, because this was something that you could not actually prevent. Of course, you maybe somehow you could, but like having a stronger security network. So I imagine that in the future, we will be having like more people working on the security of the data, and of course, like security of the data within healthcare. But like, can you imagine like any other kind of like new job that could arise in the future and will be linked to healthcare?
Yes, absolutely. With this changing world that we are living right now, with all the digitalization and everything, I think the processes are going to be reinvented. We are going to do the things in a different way, and we need more positions or kind of jobs that are linked to technology. So I think it will be nice to have like an assistant, a patient assistant or something like that, that help us, to the citizens to navigate through our health data and put all our things together. And I think this could be a very interesting job to have, like an assistant. I like that.
Like a digital assistant, but for the healthcare.
Exactly. Yeah, that can help us, because nowadays I think, especially elderly, and not all people are, they know how to use technology, and we are using different platforms. It's not that easy. So I think it would be nice to have some kind of help with that. And also, there is another example, like an algorithm trainer, that like an expert in deep learning, that can supervise and guide the development of the algorithms, but effective and ethical algorithms, because usually there exist biases. So it's important that someone can supervise and make sure that the algorithm is as much human as possible. That would be cool too.
So keep the human in the healthcare. Oh, wow. We just talked over each other there. I think, no. Let's say it together at the exact same time. 3, 2, 1.
You
Put
go.
the,
You go. Otherwise, we talk over each other. It's fucked up. Go.
Put the human back in the healthcare.
Yeah. But also, like, the algorithm should be respectful, in the sense that it's always the same problem. Like, if you feed the algorithm with the wrong data set, or with, like a racist data set, then yeah, like this has been a problem, like in many cases that we have racist algorithms.
Yes.
Or like
God,
biased algorithms, or like they really have many problems with that in the past. But luckily they were corrected. At the moment, I can't recall which companies had this problem, but I've been reading like articles about it, and it's actually something that might be really frequent within the database that they are fed with. So yeah, we definitely will have a person that takes care of the data which is put into the algorithm, and many other people, actually, like many people will be these data validators, let's call them like that. Because of course, when the data is like huge and the amount is very big, then a validator could be a person or could be a machine, which is fed with the correct data and then checks it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and what is clear is that there is a need to combine health and technological expertise. So this is a fusion that it will be in great demand from now on. I mean, right now, the positions you can find are related to this both in the field is needed to have tech knowledge.
Well, thank you, Anna, for joining us today in today's episode. It is very nice for you to have joined us and to give your opinions and all these great stories about medical healthcare applications for artificial intelligence. It'll be interesting to see where this goes down into the future, wherein how the technology transforms, what new innovations happen within the healthcare industry, maybe some of the stories we brought up to change going on and changing into the future. This is a topic that we know that we're definitely going to be covering sometime in the future. Once again, there's so much more that we can talk about with this. Just as a bit of a conclusion, Anna, do you have anything that you would like to tell our listeners out there?
No, it's a pleasure for me to be here with you guys and to share these thoughts. And of course, I will be more than happy to repeat. So thank you.
Thank you for listening to Unfuck the Internet, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Okay.